up, please?
Yes, I do.
State your name for the record.
Raphael Agyapong,
Spell your last name, please.
Agyapong.
Thank you.
Good morning. Please have a seat. And the acoustics are really bad, so please speak as loud as possible.
I will.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Forsman.
Good morning, Raphael. How are you?
Good morning, I'm well, and yourself?
Are you related in any way to the defendant?
Yes, he's my biological brother.
And other than you being his biological brother, are you a confidant of his? Do you? Let's read it.
Yeah,
Let me ask you this. You're from Ghana, correct?
respectfully so.
And what is your profession in Ghana?
I'm an attorney.
And as an attorney in Ghana, you're admitted to the bar there?
Respectfully so, 2014, October.
And in Ghana, do you hold distinctions of, like in England, barrister and solicitor?
I'm a barrister and a solicitor.
And what does that mean?
A solicitor in United Kingdom is only mandated to do office work. A barrister is to do trial. But in Ghana, when you are called to the bar, the both are combined. So I'm a barrister and a solicitor.
And you a good standing member of the bar?
Respectfully so, active practitioner.
And you're allowed to practice in all courts in Ghana?
Respectfully so, I have done all courts, from the Supreme Court to the Court of Appeal, High Court and the lower courts.
And are you familiar with the action that Mr. ANAS has brought against your brother in Ghana?
Respectfully so, I have been practically in charge of the cases.
You defended your brother?
In respect of this case, yes.
Now, there was testimony elicited during Mr. ANAS's testimony that there's an appeal pending with regard to the case that he filed against your brother for defamation in Ghana. Are you familiar with that appeal?
So far as I'm concerned, and the court system is concerned, there is no appeal pending.
Why is that?
When Mr. ANAS lost the matter in the High Court, he filed an appeal, and this was in 2023, somewhere in April, if my memory serves me right. And then he subsequently filed a process called certiorari in the Supreme Court, seeking to set aside the judgment of the High Court. So the Supreme Court, in a majority decision of 3-2, presided over by Her Ladyship the Chief Justice, said they dismissed Mr. ANAS's certiorari. And an appeal in Ghana court can only be pending for 3 months. So there is no appeal pending so far as I'm concerned. The High Court judgment and the certiorari is the current decision in favor of the defendant.
And the findings of the lower judge were upheld?
Respectfully so. The lower judge had an additional responsibility because he's a Court of Appeal judge. So before he was promoted to the Court of Appeal, he was the presiding judge on the matter. So he did additional responsibility. So far as we are concerned, a judgment which has been affirmed because the certiorari was dismissed, by no means a person that the Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana.
So the statements by the plaintiff that that case is on appeal are not correct?
It's not correct.
Thank you.
The appeal has been struck out because he failed to pursue it. So there is no appeal pending.
And during the entire pendency of this matter, since it started in 2018, did the plaintiff ever appear in court?
No, he never appeared in court.
Not once?
He never appeared in court. And the picture that we had on him, he denied it. He denied it. So the question that the High Court judge had to answer in Accra was, if you are saying it is not you.
Let's have a sidebar.
Sir, you were present in court during the testimony of the plaintiff regarding the land.
Respectfully so.
And what are you aware of? Is that part Were you involved in that at all, in any part of that?
No, that is a suit which was brought against him by a gentleman called Adolf Tete in Accra. I have all the court records here. And Adolf Tete has a land title certificate. I heard him say that he was his grantor. No, he was sued personally by Adolf Tete for trespassing on his land.
So, stated that he was directly sued.
Respectfully so.
He was not.
He was directly sued by Adolf Tete. I have the records here.
Now, there was testimony, there was a video shown with regard to a prosecutor and 5 guys straight now. Are you familiar with the accusation that Mr. ANAS was involved with a bribe with a prosecutor?
Respectfully so.
Are you ready?
Respectfully so. I
He's
have-
ready.
Are you familiar with that document?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
what is that document?
This is a document from a law firm called Cromwell Gray, which used to represent Mr. ANAS, ANAS, the plaintiff. So this is a letter from his lawyer. And this letter came out because the defendant had reported him to the General Legal Counsel. And then in response to the petition, he admitted that yes, there was a gold scam which he was tasked to investigate, and admitted the video in part, but denied in part. In his denial, he said,
Well, just let me hold on for a second. Is there a signature on the last page?
the signature of
No, on the last page of the document.
yes,
And whose signature is it?
ANAS, ANAS.
The plaintiff.
Respectfully so.
And in that document, you were saying that he admitted what?
He admitted that he was tasked by the then President of the Republic, the late Professor John Evans Atta Mills, to investigate a gold scam of some Arabians who had come to Ghana to do gold business, who were scammed. And then he went to this particular place in Accra called Nima, where he met the suspects and then engaged them in conversation and admitted that yes, he was, and admitted that yes, in this document, that it was a $1.9 million involved in the scam. And he was supposed to look for the culprits. And then, after meeting them, there was a conversation about paying him bribe money, so that he bribe money, so that he will stop the investigation. So our subsequent checks at the High Court in Accra confirmed that he was a witness for the Republic. Because of that conversation, which he has admitted in part here, the investigation got blocked as a static point in time. And then the culprits were let go. So this is what is contained here. It's his signature, his own document.
Do you know a gentleman by the name of Hafiz?
Yes, Hafiz, I am aware he is deceased. And Hafiz was mentioned in this investigation. So when you look at the content of the document you are holding, Hafiz is mentioned in. And in fact, it came from his own source. He is the author of that document. He mentioned that yes, indeed, he met Hafiz in respect of this gold scam transaction. So they are all captured in the document which emanated from his law firm, his lawyer's office.
So this is a document that he signed, and I'll put you to paragraph 2.6. This is his document.
Yes.
And what's in it? It says
2.6 is Mohammed Hafiz Abdallah, Mubarak Seidu, and Prince Kingston Kwame were charged with conspiracy.
That's enough. Thank you. But in his document, he mentions.
Yes.
So if the plaintiff had testified that he never heard of or knew of Hafiz, that would not be accurate.
That is incorrect.
In his own right.
Yes, that's his own document.
Do you know if he's still working and active?
Yes, he is, because he had a documentary that he was supposed to air just about January, and for whatever reason, it never came on.
Not yet.
Not yet, yes, but he has been working since after the judgment from Accra High Court.
In the action against your brother in Ghana, was Ahmed Sewell mentioned? Ahmed, was he mentioned in that action?
No, the plaintiff never appeared in court.
I know, but in the allegations against your brother in Ghana.
I am not sure. I may have to refer to his writ of summons.
Thank you.